upset. They don't want us coming over there.
I think it's a mama and a baby.
They all look pretty good size. The two in the middle look a little small. Three in the middle. There could be two adults there and some younger ones. It's like looking at a big python. It's like a python with a big head.
Right.
You want to get closer?
No.
It's almost like they want to come to us, like they think we're going to feed them or something, Don't it? It's like they're expecting to be fed or something. I don't know. Are they? The rain fell all day long yesterday and it's really making a lot of smells. Making a lot of smells come out. It's just really, it's amazing to smell everything. Nice smells. He's coming from the direction that I'm going to be talking about shortly. Just want to share with you a story very briefly, and we're going to be going back to this one spot. A little bit about some of the history that happened. There was a three-man team. Larry was one of the guys' names, and they were looking for a primitive campsite out in the Green Swamp, and they became, I don't know, I don't think it was disoriented. I think they just ran out of time, and they ended up going to the wrong location, backtrack a little bit. Anyway, they were running out of time, so they said, hey, let's just get rid of finding the campsite. Let's just bed down for a night because it was getting dark on them. So they ended up making a makeshift campsite on the side of the trail right here and stayed. That owl is coming from that direction. That's important. Made a campsite, bedded down for the night. Interesting things started happening to the three guys that night. What Larry had explained to me was basically a chilling story, but he heard they were kind of in between two swamps, and I'll show you one of the swamps here shortly. And there's another one back this direction right here. There's also a river system here. Said that during the night he had heard like screams coming out of one of the swamps. And then there was like movement going around between the two swamps, and he could hear the footfalls. And he said, Chris, man, I was freaking really nervous about the whole thing. It was very difficult to sleep at all, and he basically slept with his pistol wrapped with him the whole night. And he was thinking that something, the way the screams were coming out of the swamp, is that he thought they were going to get snatched and grabbed that night. And I could have swore he had also told me he had heard footfalls coming in on their makeshift campsite also that throughout the night, late at night. Waited it out the whole night, and then nothing happened. But he said there was god-awful screams coming out of the camp, coming out of the swamp, rather. So let's fast forward a few years. I want to say a couple of years. They brought us out here. Mark and I was brought out here. They came and they showed us, and we had no idea where their makeshift primitive campsite was at all. We had no idea. And as soon as we got near this one point right up here, Mark and I stopped dead in our tracks and we pointed because we heard the vocals. We heard vocals. Now, we had no idea where their campsite was. We heard vocals, and we knew right away then and there that area was an area of interest, repeated interest, because we heard vocals. And so it's a very interesting account, especially a year or two later when you bring someone in that had no idea where the location was, and bam, right away. I point, I turn around, and Mark's already pointing the direction. So we knew it was like a tally-ho bingo little spot. So we're going to go up there, and we're going to see. I don't think it's too much further, but we're going to see if we're going to be able to hear vocals again. I don't like hearing the vocals, never have, and now I think the vocals have a lot to do with what people call paranormal predators. It's normally, I feel, in light of some stuff, it's an exit stage right. But let's see. We're going to head up a little bit further, and we're going to see if we hear any vocals. Okay, let's see. The guys had found some, they looked around and found some high ground. And I believe this is the location where they went.
You need to watch for snakes.
Yeah. And this is the swamp I was talking about.
Spiders.
The highway just disturbs everything, don't it?
Hmm?
The highway disturbs everything. I believe it was, I believe Larry told me it was September or October, not springtime. So I don't think you'll see, the time that they were here, I don't think you'll see any of this, these lilies or anything like that that's all sprung up. This is generally the area that they stayed at when they camped overnight. And that's the swamp right here also, right here. And that's what the swamp looked like. Other people might tell you stories. Other people might tell you stories out there on YouTube and the internet. But to go back to a location area and then you return and hear vocals makes it a whole different ball game. But to take you back to where things happened is another story.
slow down for a sec. Hang on. I gotta see where I'm at. Pigs.
Yeah. But it's a great place to start looking for prints because you'll find them if you look into this stuff.
I have to say, yesterday it rained all day.
See, if you come in here, you'll see how they damage everything. And you see the hoof prints now.
Oh wow.
There's a bee in there, but it is literally just go in there and just freaking tear it up. But what I'm pointing out to people is this is what you want to be looking for. You want to be looking into these things, these rooting spots. That's if you're interested in looking for tracks and prints. Yeah, this is all pre-rain, because you can see the raindrops all on it. And normally when you do catch a print, it'll be on the outskirts. It'll be on the outskirts of this stuff. Like they were in, if you just were to envision, they were actually rooting. You got 10 hogs in here rooting. Then you might find one print where it's just like pushed in, and then and not going through, but just pushed in, and that's all you'll find sometimes. It's almost like you're envisioning like a snatch and grab. Something sneaks up to the edge of where the hogs were, snatches something, and then it's out of there. But that's what we have found in the past. Right along the edges is where you should be looking for.
There's all that green.
They actually look like a stick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You go over there and mess with them babies and see what happens to you.
I know. So
go ahead and get near them babies and
see how the water,
not far.
The water is all, we had those green spots.
I don't think
it's really camouflaged really good.
Not too big. Not a big one. Mm-hmm. It's illegal in Florida to harass them too, so you can't mess with them.